All right, peace, 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 family. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful week, and I hope your Saturday is going well so far. So, my laptop, I still don't have my charger for my laptop. Yay, me. And I probably won't have it for another week. So, you know what? I'm just going with the flow right now. I ain't even going to worry about it, family. It is what it is. However, what I will say is in my downtime, I was able to get some rest. First and foremost, I just want to say that, and it's been beautiful. Secondly, I went through this like little phase of like, I gotta get a new gig. Like, this just isn't working for me. I started thinking about like all the different things that I can do, and I'm like, what would I do if I wasn't doing astrology? And so for me as a Gemini, I am the idea person. Of course, I came up with like 1,001 different ideas. This is just my life, family. This is what I do. And so of course, from that, I got a few new things coming up from some old stuff. I think that's the key to remember. Don't get me wrong. We are in full effect to go forward, to move forward, to launch things, new projects from old projects. Like, it's all go here. But I think with this week, what we're going to see is that we're being asked to be grateful for what we have, right? What we have accomplished. And to take some time out to reflect on those things as well as appreciate them. And we'll see at the end of the week where it'll be that time to give new solutions to old things and really close out a lot of these things and finalize them over the next 3 months or 3 or 4 months or so. So that was really like my consensus of everything that was happening to me over this last few weeks. So I always would love to hear how other people are experiencing these transits and kind of what I talk about in the weekly astrology, because it's always fun to see how astrology shows up in real life. So feel free to do so. But so with that being said, I'll be announcing a whole bunch of stuff. Things will be changing. You'll see a lot of these things coming up over the next few weeks or so, especially once I get my laptop back up and running. This is a time to work smarter, not harder. And so being more conservative, more, what's a good word for it? Restrictive? I don't even want to use the word restrictive, but mindful of where we put our energy, how we're using our energy, and making more time to just be, right? To just be in the moment, be in the time, be in the space, not being busy, not being overwhelmed. That's what I really feel like this new energy is taking, because we are moving into a lot more air energy, and we're going to begin to feel this, especially once Jupiter moves into Pisces. Family, let me tell y'all something. Y'all thought air signs go on like these magical carpet rides. Let me just tell you about what Jupiter and Pisces is about to have us all intuitively in our own body, in our own moments. It's going to be really wonderful, great, and awesome. I actually am, quite frankly, looking forward to it. But this is about taking control of our life, owning who we are and our beliefs and ideals, and standing true to that unapologetically. This is not about fighting, being nasty, rude, or fresh, but finding the people who do that or do what we do is in standing in our power. And I think that we're going to begin to see more pieces of things like this coming forth throughout this time, especially because we're in such a lot of fixed energy. This is like, I am who I am. Like, I am who I am. And either you like it, love it, or you don't. And that's okay. So now that we know, people are going to start separating into their own groups. I'm going to do a video on transiting Saturn and Aquarius, the closing, not the closing of that cycle, because I think we still got another year. But I think it's a good time to check in, because we've already had it for about a year. I think it's a 3-year transit. And so it's a good time to tap in, to check in with all these other energies closing out, to see where we are in that process. Right. And so I'm going to do another video on that. I'm going to do another video on the MC, how to use your midheaven and your astrology birth chart, especially now where careers are in question, purpose is in question, and your MC is what God's plan for you. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. And Venus in Capricorn is going retrograde. I'm going to do some videos on, I'm saying videos like I'm going to do 2. That'll probably be a lot longer video, because I do want to do horoscopes. So maybe I'll write the horoscopes out like I did the last time and post them in the shorts, and then just do a video about the transit. Also, family, I will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Miss Queen Dawn's YouTube channel. Absolutely love this queen. Like, her energy is like on fleek. Every time I get around her, like, I get excited. So we'll be talking about the closing of the cycles and doing the astrology for that, and a glimpse into, for all 12 signs, and a glimpse into next year, what to expect. Very, very briefly, family. I won't keep you too long, but feel free to join. I'll leave the link to her channel below, but you can search for Queen Dawn Spirit in YouTube, and you should be able to find her. So looking forward to that. Super excited about that. Now that I have completely had a whole conversation without even touching the astrology, I'm sorry. This is what happens. So I missed you guys. Oh my God, you could just skip through this if it's just too annoying. But so on Wednesday, Mercury will square Saturn. So there can be some blockages and delays with your daily plans. You may be more prone to think negatively or find faults. So sticking to the facts is the key here. There can be some blockages with communication between others. So travel, especially like your day-to-day travel. So like your doing, like, running errands, or if you're working and you're back in the office going to work, for those types of things. And also business. This can be a lot of delays in business, so be mindful of that. Overall, you'll be more organized with your thinking, finding mistakes. This can be good for work and business, but you may feel more pressure here. You can react more negatively to tasks from authority figures and be less optimistic. You'll be more structured in your thinking, checking for facts. This is good energy for administration tasks, meetings, duties, and outlining. I'd even say if you have like a dream board, goal board, this is great for looking those over, like putting some of that pressure and using some of that harsher energy to burst through, going over, reviewing any of your goals and tasks that you have for your business. All right. The same day, Mercury will conjunct Mars, so you can have a quick mind and a sharp tongue. You may make decisions, quick decisions in the heat of the moment. This is great for debating and standing up for others, but in a more social atmosphere or even with relationships, there may be greater potential for arguments, losing your temper, people being rude, or you being rude or verbally abusive. This is not good. You may end up like getting a lot of hostility from others, in the form of like threats, abuse, or intimidation. And again, this could either be you or you're doing this to other people. The best way to deal with this energy is studying, like if you have work or you're in school, anything that keeps your mind busy, in a good way. Not like the negative self-talk and the negative thinking. But like if you have homework, or some kind of tests coming up, this is great for that energy. Doing word search, word puzzles, even writing, or writing down the negative self-talk or the negative things, and write those things down so then that you can rewrite them in a positive way. I know I say this a lot. That's literally my favorite thing to do. I think I'm a wordsmith. All Geminis do. We do. Even if it's not true, we do. You know, because this is the DJ, the MC. Use this energy to rewrite your story, right? So write out all the negative thoughts and feelings that you're having and use them to rewrite them in a more positive way. Then, you know, recite them out loud. Decorate them however creative you want to get, and then hang it up somewhere where you can see it on a consistent basis to remind you, first of all, you are great. Just saying. But problem solving, this is great for problem solving as well. Okay. In the same day, Mars will square Saturn, so your desires and needs may grow at this time, but you may find it harder to express your passions, and the harder you pursue your goals, the more resistance you may encounter. I feel like that sounds so negative, but like the way that I've been thinking about this energy is like, I think I talked about a lot of this in the Gemini thing, and I know you guys haven't heard it yet, but like the whole Kyrie thing and the mandate, right? So Kyrie is standing his ground in his beliefs, right? About not taking the shot, right? Because of his ideals and his beliefs, right? And in this way, I feel like you can experience resistance from people being offended by your strength and your beliefs and standing your ground. From authority figures, fathers, teachers, bosses, they may be putting you down or stopping you from achieving your progress. So again, this could definitely be about the government setting up some more restrictions to people who don't want to take the mandate. And we can definitely see more things about that coming out at this time around that. Obviously, if you have a job, more restrictions around that as well. Or more people start to come out and talk about how these restrictions or what restrictions are being imposed on them. You know, things of that nature. But in a social setting, in a more personal setting, this could also be ripping families apart where, you know, one family member believes that you should take the mandate, other family members don't. And so now, because you guys have these opposing views, there's a stern resistance between the two. And so now you're not talking to family, or you're not talking to friends, or you're not, you know, this could be between a partner. That's crazy, right? Your beliefs and things now are changed, and your partner's not on board, and he's like, you know, whatever with that. And that could cause resistance in the relationship. It's best to focus on what you do have, though. This is a short transit. This isn't something that's going to last. So people just sharing their opinions. So just be mindful that people are free to think how they want. How you come together with that is going to be the fun part, you know. Well, what are we going to do moving forward? But first and foremost, just be grateful for the things that you do have, the time that you've, you know, how far you've come with all of this stuff that has come up. You know, be grateful for those pieces. You're better off thinking about that as opposed to the latter. Even taking a break, spending time with family. But no new projects at this time. It's only going to fuel your frustration, which can lead to health issues. And again, that negative self-talk. All right. And then on Friday, the sun will trine Neptune. So Neptune is still in retrograde until December. So this is pointing us to something in the past. It's heightening our sensitivity to others. We may have the need to give back to the community in some kind of way, but on another hand, you can gain a deeper understanding of your place in the world, or you may feel that achieving your goals is more important to allow you to help others. So you might want to like give back and do something nice for others, but on the other hand, you're like realizing like, damn, I got so much to do in my life. Like I gotta do these things. How can I be a better person? If I'm not a better person, giving advice and being out there helping others, how can I do that when I'm not a better person myself? Or, you know, there are maybe perhaps some things that you need to work on before you can even think about giving back to others. Again, another way this can be is just you going back to that Kyrie example. Maybe you do have some really strong beliefs and ideals about yourself, and you are standing strong and firm in your faith and your morals. And and it's kind of like making people are falling out of your life, right? Because of that, or they're intimidated towards you because of that, or again, they just don't have the same beliefs. So it's a natural split. You know, it's a natural. Well, okay, I understand that's how you feel. I respect the way you feel, but I don't. So, you know, now it's come to an agreeable separation, a natural separation. Some people just grow apart, family. You know, people grow spiritually quicker than others, and some people can just still be in a spot where they feel like they need to be told what to do, right? Because if we're being honest, at the end of the day, this is what this is really about. So I'm going to go back to the Kyrie example and how that relates to being told what to do, or the need to be told what to do. Because Neptune can be a very victim mentality mindset, right? So you want to blame somebody for the reasons why you're not succeeding in your life, for the reasons why things are going wrong in your life, right? And in that sense, it's because you are agreeing to something that perhaps you may not really want to do, but you're afraid to take control of your life, as opposed to somebody who is not, like Kyrie, is standing his ground, and they're saying, well, we're not going to pay you this umpteen amount of money if you don't agree to our mandate. And he's like, that's okay with me, right? Because I have very strong faith in morals. I believe in my ideals without sacrificing my needs or level of comfort, right? So Where are you doing that at in your life? Where is that showing up in your life? And you may be experiencing some, saying goodbye to somebody thing because of that. This could obviously definitely be your job, right? They want you to get the shot. You're like, no, I'm good. So more of that stuff coming out. But overall, you're gaining a deeper understanding of your place in the world. You're standing firm in that. And you can also use this transit to set goals for the future. So you're not working anymore. How are you going to sustain yourself? Or you do it because perhaps, you have to survive in this world, right? And you don't have anything at the moment. Or you could step out on faith. This could go both ways, right? Either way, you're now planning that process so that you never have to do that again, right? You never have to do that again. So this is also good with artistic and creative talents, helping you really zero in on what those are for you. This is great to learn about a religious or spirituality practice, even the occults, now that we're in Scorpio season. This is also great for building with a partner in some spirituality things, or even with a spirituality group. This is good time for sexual bonding and relationships, or any relationships that start at this time can be more sensitive and spiritual. Joining a spiritual group, I'm pretty sure I said that, or doing spiritual activities, as well as planning with your partner for future happiness. This is a great, great, great energy for that. Anything of those things. And then last but not least, we have Saturday, Mercury is opposing Uranus. This is a good opposition though. Most oppositions, I don't see them as bad or strenuous depending on where they're at, but I felt like this was a good one because this is going to allow us to think outside the box. Remember, Uranus is also still in retrograde. So these are all things from the past. This is working smarter, not harder, right? So we can take this energy and further build on that Sun trine Neptune energy and have like a think tank where we come together and come up with some creative outside the box ideas from the past that can be highlighted at this time. Like, then this could be really electric. They come to you fast. So have a pen ready, write stuff down as they come to you. Don't wait because you might miss it. You can have opposing ideas with somebody around something. But you're coming together with like minds to say, okay, how can we meet in the middle? How can we get this thing done so that we're both happy? So brainstorm and think tank conversations, healthy, intelligent conversations, fun, debating conversations. This can help bring in new solutions to old situations. Being open to this energy is going to be like super innovative in an electric experience for new things from the past. And I really, 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 really liked this. This was going back to what I was rambling about at the beginning of this post. This is what was happening to me. Of course, I was doing this by myself. I don't need no judgment from y'all, okay? I was in my whole think tank mind, like, so you could even have things coming up where you're having troubles with your electronic devices and it's forcing you to think on how to use them differently, how to do things differently, again, to be smarter, not harder, right? And it's Uranus. These are very energetic things. I mean, we're in the sign of Scorpio. This is how are you giving your energy to your electronic devices? How are you using them to the benefit for your business, your work and day-to-day routines? Are you using them intelligently? Even having intelligent breaks from them. Like literally, I promise you, family, this was everything I was explaining at the beginning. So you could also be having some of these types of ideas where something stops working that you use too much of, and Uranus kind of comes in and says, bloop, blips that out and says, I want you to think differently about this. I'm challenging you. I'm taking you away from your normalcy, your comfort zone, to help you bring in new ways of thinking about how you use this. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, it worked for me. So again, I would love to hear how this may have been working for you. This could be your car. So if you're thinking about saving money, remember we are about to go into a Taurus eclipse season, not just having this eclipse on the 19th. This is for the next 2 years. And Taurus is very strategic. This is where you do your budgeting, where you assess how you're using your money. What are you using your money on? And so you could have a car and be like, you know what? I'm going to walk to work now. Like, assuming, your job is within walking distance. I mean, it is winter season, so maybe not. But again, I'm just trying to point out how we are just going to be coming up with more strategic ideas and ways of doing things where we can save money, save time, save energy, doing things smarter, not harder. Right? That is really the key. If you guys don't remember anything else that I said out of this whole entire thing, that's the key. Change the way you're doing things on a regular basis. Not only does it help with helping you think about how to do things outside the box, it's a healthy practice, right? Further down the line. So maybe like every 3 months you're checking in to make sure you're doing things differently. So maybe marking this on your calendar somewhere where you have a check-in point where you're saying, hey, how am I doing with my daily routines and things of that nature on a regular basis moving forward? Can I take the bus or the train today? Does it save me any money to do so, right? Because it could be a lot more complicated than otherwise. So again, I'm just using that as an example, but because this really could show up in so many different ways. Maybe you have a car and you don't even need it. Like, do you need it? I'm just saying it could be so many different things, but I don't know. So for me, this is the groceries, right? So I get my groceries delivered now, but I also don't have a car. So that works for me. Just how can we elevates, I guess maybe is the word, our technology to work for us in ways that saves us time and energy. I can really talk about this all day because literally I still got a whole bunch of ideas coming at me. So I'm going to get off this line now. I'm going to let y'all go and have the rest of your day back. I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. I love to hear your stories. I hope you found this information